Typically, when you think about how we move through the world and how we work and work with each other, we pay a lot of attention to the words people are saying or what we think they're saying. In other words, we pay attention to the content of what people are saying. Sometimes, if we've had a bit of training, we pay attention to the nonverbal communication. If we've had a lot of training, we might pay attention to the structure that they communicate with. And then it's very, very rare that people place their attention on the state that people are in. Now, here's the thing. Because of the way that human beings are constructed, everything we learn, in other words, our memory, is coded via emotional state. So if you think about it, when you study or when you go to work or when you do something you enjoy, our emotional reactions to what happens becomes kind of the top level, the file folder for whatever else is going to happen. It's our reaction to what happens that becomes the label for the event. There's even a scientific theory called state-dependent learning, memory, and behavior. And in order to establish this theory, what they did was they took a bunch of college students and they had them they tested them on how good their memory was for remembering strings of digits. Then they got them drunk, can you imagine, yeah? Free beer, right? Scientific research, free beer. They got their blood alcohol up, and then they tested them again, right? First they tested on the stuff they'd learned before, and what could they remember? Not a hell of a lot once they were drunk. They had them rememorize different random digits, sent them away for the night, brought them back the next morning, and then tested them again on what they learned while drunk. What could they remember? Not a hell of a lot. Here's the funny thing. When they got the blood alcohol back up again, they remembered more from what they'd memorized when they were drunk previously than what they were able to do when they were straight. So, what insights do we garner from that? Drink more. It's one of the key studies in state-dependent learning, memory, and behavior. The notion being that our memories are coded through our states. And this is one of the things that I'm going to ask you to become accustomed to, is to learn to pay attention to what's most important, and that is state. State first. Then we pay attention to the structures. Structures of language, structures of how the words operate, how the concepts interact, how the strategies function, and the submodalities, and all the various other things we're going to be working with. Finally then, in terms of importance, is content.